Hey guys, Charlie here. Today, after a long day of moving stuff into a new apartment, one of my friends, two of my friends are actually moving today. So, if you see me a little bit like tired eyes, I was all day in that, and then I went to the gym, and one weight dropped and it fell on my finger. So, I'm like just until now able to record this video for you guys, but here we are. It's every single day and it doesn't really take too much to do these videos. But the topic of today is, how do you learn more, or how do you manage to, yeah, get ahead of your competition and other people when it comes to developing skills and learning faster. So many years ago, some of my friends, they bought a course called Super Learner, and this course basically taught you two things. It taught you to memorize better, with different techniques and some theory and exercises, and it also taught you how to read faster. So obviously, if you are able to comprehend more because you remember it and you're able to read it faster, then you're gonna be able to absorb more information more quickly. But there's other ways. For example, if you don't want to improve those areas of your life because it takes some effort, a way more less eff- more effortless is to listen to an audiobook at the same time that you're reading it. And you can do that with Kindle, with the Amazon app. You can actually um, have your audio and read at the same time. And what that helps is that you're gonna remember more because you are listening and reading at the same time. So that has a powerful impact. I remember when I was in school, in high school, my English teacher used to read at the same time than we did. So there was always someone reading out loud, and then you were reading your own book. Now that was a slower process because you had to go from one person to the other, but here it's better because it's just one constant voice reading the book. So you go with it and you go really fast, you understand it very well, and you're gonna remember it for a longer time. For example, the only book I remember the most of is that one because that's how we read it. I realized it after I heard how this worked. And it's very interesting because I read many books in the school, but the one I remember the most, besides obviously like the more classical one like the Odyssey and those, is this one. And that's the reason why. So this definitely works. Something that I have always implemented is the art of doing like summaries and also teaching. When you teach something to somebody else, it's super powerful because you are making your brain think a way that someone else will understand it. You have to synthesize. I don't know if that's how you say that word. You have to summarize the book in order to explain it, and that requires you going over everything you read. So that if you're able to explain a book to someone, then it does mean that you understood that book, or that you d- like kind of master the topic. But if you are not able to do so, or you have problems explaining it, then I suggest you read it again. Most of us are too concerned of, and this is something that happened to me when I started this entrepreneurship path, and was that everybody wanted to read many books. So I just wanted to be able to say that I read so many books a day, or so many books a year, or whatever, because that's how CEOs work, right? They read so many books and whatever. But the truth is that I ended up having many books that I didn't even finish, and many of them were very good, but I just dropped them in the middle. And then I got into this idea of finishing everything that I left in the middle. And while doing this, I've understood that many of those books weren't that good actually. Like, it's okay to drop a book to the middle if it's not good, or if you feel like it's not the right time for you to read it. But if you are just reading a lot of books and you're not finishing any, and you're not learning anything. So it doesn't really count that you already read a book, but rather that you already applied what the book said. So if you want to master this learning process, that so that you can get ahead of your competition, then you don't only have to read a lot of books, you have to preferably read and listen at the same time. Number two, be able to read it, to explain it to someone else. And number three, be willing to read over a book, read a book that helps you over and over and over, and that is more important than actually reading a ton of books. So oh, and also apply whatever that you're reading as soon as you can, because if not, that's the best way to learn, to actually get the juice from the books, if you apply them right away. So that is my, oh, and one last tip, guys, before I forget. Find what is it that works for you. For example, I do enjoy reading books. I like sitting with a pencil or a pen and a book, and I like to draw lines and words and everything, like play with the book. Maybe you like more audiobooks, or maybe you like more I don't know, courses, right? Or video courses or podcasts, YouTube videos, whatever is it, the way that you enjoy learning the most. That also is very important, because even if I tell you all these reading tricks, if you don't like reading, then you're not gonna read, so they don't work. So find something that you enjoy doing. If it's YouTube videos and you are learning with them, not watching stupid things, then go for it. Like, watch as many YouTube videos as you possibly can, and do all the other things that I told you. Alright, guys, this is it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Pura vida.